Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome to week 1 of Off the Rails. During the next 8 weeks, we are going to take an adventure through Begin Again theme park and learn how to take our relationship with God to the next level. Off the rails! On the count of 3, I want to get to know everyone. So say your name. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now on the count of 3, you are going to say your favorite theme park. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, now that we know everyone's name and their favorite park, I want you to answer this question. What would you rather do to earn a free ticket to that theme park? Would you rather eat like 10 hot dogs or win a dancing contest? Great answer. Boys and girls, there are times when we have to work to earn good things. But do you know what? We don't have to do anything to earn God's love. No matter what we do, He still loves us. Say this after me. I don't deserve God's love, but He still loves me. One more time. I don't deserve God's love, but He still loves me. How awesome is that? We're going to turn it over to our friend Will Winnigan from Kids Spring. He's going to tell you a little bit more.
Hello there, and welcome to my lab, or as I like to call it, my Imaginarium! This is where I invent all of the fun games that we play here at Begin Again Theme Park. Oh my, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Will Winnigan, and yes, in case you're wondering, I am Phil Finnegan's third cousin, twice removed. I don't get out much. Phil says I'm a little crazy, and that I have a unique personality. He sometimes says I'm one fry short of a Happy Meal. That Phil is such a jokester. Anyhow, Phil thinks it's best if I stay in my Imaginarium, so that I can invent crazy games all day long. But that's okay, cause I love it! I get my ideas from a lot of different sources, but my best source is the Bible. It's so full of crazy things. And when I find a good story, I write my game ideas down, up here. Now this one is where I got the idea for today's game. This is an awesome story in Luke chapter 15 that Jesus told to a group of religious leaders. Oh, hold on. Let me get my friends to help tell the story. Yes, we'll need a couple of pigs. We'll need a father, and we'll also need 2 sons, 1 and 2. Okay, now we're ready. One day, the younger son came to the father and asked for his share of the family's money. Yo, Pops, give me my money. Once he had the money, the younger son packed up his things and left home. He traveled to another country and lived it up. Woo! Now, while the younger son was out wasting all of his money, the older brother did exactly what he was supposed to. He stayed back with his family and worked in the fields. Why, yes, Father, I shall pull the weeds and cut the grass and trim the bushes, whatever you might need, dear Father. Meanwhile, the younger son spent all of the money he had. Without money, he couldn't buy food, and he began to starve. The younger son had to go to work, and he found a job all right. A job doing something super gross, feeding pigs. Ew! The son became so hungry that the slop he fed to the pigs started looking delicious. I wish I could eat that apple core. Finally, the young son came to his senses. He knew he had to go back home to his father. The son had been mean and rude to his father and wasted all of his money. He thought his father would be so mad. Oh man! He didn't deserve to live back at his father's house, so he decided he would ask to work as his father's servant. I would do anything to live with my dad again. So the younger son began the journey home, and as he was walking home, his father saw his son off in the distance and ran out to meet him. Uh-oh, I'm in big trouble, the son thought. But guess what happened? Instead of being angry, the father hugged and kissed his son because he was so happy to see him again. Oh, my son, I've missed you. Give me a hug. Dad, I was wrong to do what I did. I don't deserve to be called your son anymore. Please let me work here as your servant. But no way, Jose. The father was so excited to have his son back again, he was ready to celebrate. The father went all out. He gave his son the finest robe, sandals for his bare feet, and a ring for his finger. Ooh, fancy. Then they had a huge party with the best foods in town. Woo! Party, party! But while all this partying was going on, the older brother got so mad. Grrr! He had worked hard for his father all of those years, but his father had never thrown him a special party. What about me? What about me? But when the older brother didn't understand was that the father loved both of his sons very much, regardless of how good or bad they were. No matter what the sons deserved, the father still loved them. You know, that's how God feels about each one of us. None of us deserve God's love because we all mess up and we do wrong things. But that doesn't make God love us any less. He still loves us no matter what. Just like the father in the story loved his younger son no matter what he did. Wow, what a great story.
It was so great hearing today's Bible story from Will Winnigan. As we heard today in the story, the father loved both of his sons equally. His love for his children didn't depend on the things they did or didn't do. Boys and girls, that's a reminder of how God loves us too. There are times when we do things that will please God, and there are times when we don't. Even though we don't deserve it, God still loves us. Remember what we said at the beginning of this video? Let's say it together again. I don't deserve God's love, but He still loves me. That's right. What great news is that? Great job, friends. Well, during this series, we're going to memorize a verse that reminds us how we can take our relationship with God to a whole new level. Let's learn it together today. You're going to say it with me and learn how to do the motion. Start by crossing your arms over your chest and say, love the Lord, your God, with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your mind, and with all your strength. You can make big muscles. Mark 12:30. Great job, guys. Keep working on that verse over the next 8 weeks. And we are so excited